Hi guys. I know I've been gone for like a year and some change, but life has just been happening. And speaking of life, something has just resurfaced in my life, and I feel like it's very necessary for me to talk about this. So I'm going to talk about this, and excuse my shiny face, but whatever. Um, I'm just gonna jump into what I want to talk about. On January 24th, 2015, a couple friends and I had decided to go to this event on campus, and it was called the Black Tie Affair. And it's basically just like where you dress up really nice, and it's just a big party. So we went to that and we had fun, and then we came back to our dormitory. My birthday is January 26th. So in 2015, my birthday was on a Monday. So the 24th was that Saturday. So my friends were basically like, we can't celebrate your birthday on a school night, so we should celebrate it today. And I basically was like, no, it's just another birthday. But then I was just like, it's my first birthday away from home, why not? So I end up drinking. And I was drinking way more than I anticipated on drinking. And it led me to blackout. Um, I don't really remember anything from that night. But my friend said she came into my room to check on me, and when she came in, I was laying in the bed, and it was a chair directly beside my bed, and it was a guy sitting in it. And she was like, "Are you okay, Zakia?" And I responded, "Yes." And she was like, "I'll be back in 10 minutes." And I responded, "Okay." And she came back and she saw him sexually assaulting me. So she ended up getting him out of the room, and she came in the next morning to tell me what she saw and how she got him out the room. Now, that morning, I remember waking up and my body felt different. I know my body, so I felt different. Now, a part of the story that I never really told anybody because it was hard for me to talk about it. Um, I'm guessing like this is after she came into the room or whatever. Um, I remember coming I remember coming out of being blacked out and feeling and hearing like breathing in my ear, and I could feel it like on my neck. And I was just like, what's going on? But I was so intoxicated that my body was I was just basically dead weight. Like I couldn't move or anything. After that, I ended up blacking out again. And when I came out of it the second time, I remember him basically like grab my waist really hard, and I remember him basically like insert himself in inside of me, and it was almost like somebody just ripped me apart. Like it was a terrible feeling, and I I was just so scared, and my body was just so froze, like I couldn't say or do anything. And I just remember laying there and I'm like, I don't want to live to remember this. I don't want this to be a memory of mine. I don't want to have to wake up and this be real. And after that, I just blacked out again. So when my friend came into the room the next morning, I kind of had a feeling on what what she was going to talk to me about. So, something that a lot of people don't know about me is I do have depression. So, with that situation on top of my depression, it was very hard for me to cope and deal with my assault. The school ended up finding out, and I had to have a meeting with the dean. And that meeting was horrible. Like, I felt like they blamed the whole situation on me only because of the questions that I was asked. I basically was asked, what were you wearing? What did you do to provoke him? What did you say to provoke him? What colored cup were you drinking out of? I didn't feel like those questions were asked for a good purpose, really. Like, I just don't see how, to me, it came off like I was being blamed for the situation, and that's how I took it. I left that meeting feeling worse than I did going in. um it was hard for me to like go to class and do things outside of my room because I would run into him, and I would see him all the time, and I would just freak out and I would get scared, and it was terrifying for me. It was very terrifying for me. So I just got to the point where I would lock myself in my room. I quit going to class, and I end up having to do an appeal. And I came back, and I mentally was not ready. Like, being in the same place as the person who assaulted you is hard. It's really hard. And I f- I don't see how people felt like I should be able to be over that situation just like that. Like, to me, that's not possible, and it's not even realistic. So it was hard for me to be on campus with him and to even walk past the dormitory where I was assaulted. Like, that was hard. It was just kind of like a reminder of every day that that happened to me. So I didn't do good that school year either. So I came back, and I really had to have a real moment with myself. And I had made the decision to take a year off from school, and just go back in a year. But I will be going to school in a different state, and a whole new different location. But recently, I still do go to campus, and I still have friends and stuff on campus. So I went to an event on campus, and I end up seeing him there. And it made me feel a type of way because I feel like my university was so eager to let me go. Like, they didn't want to help me, they didn't want to assist me. But here and yet, that he did this to me, but you still let him back on campus. So that's my issue with the school. Like, I don't feel like the university provides a safety for to prevent situations like this. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my personal opinion. Everybody else may not see it that way, but that's my personal opinion. Because if this was my university, like, if I had control over it, there's no way I will let someone back on campus, because who says this it won't happen again. But today I look at myself as a survivor. My situation is something that I carry with me every single day of my life. I think about it every day. It's still times where I have nightmares and I struggle day in and day out. Some days are better than others. But I look in the mirror every day and I tell myself, you're a survivor. And for other people struggling with situations like this, I don't ever want you to feel like it's your fault, or that there is no coming back from this situation, because it is. There is still happiness at the end of the road, and you're strong, you're powerful, and do not let a situation like this hold you back. I end up coming out with my story a long time ago, and I did have people blame, sorry, but I did have people blame me for my situation. I've had people tell me, you need to be more, you should have did this, you should have did that. If you were more responsible, this never would have happened to you. I always say, I I take full responsibility for the part that I played, which is my drinking. But I don't care if I was walking down the street butt naked. That doesn't give anybody the right to sexually assault me. If I don't agree to the terms, there's no reason why anybody should feel comfortable to take something that's not theirs. I don't care what anybody says. That's not right. But these things happen, and these things go unnoticed. And I feel like it needs to be more awareness, because the person next to you, the person that you see every day, the happiest person in the world that you come in contact with every day, you will never know that they have been through something like this. People, it's difficult, but I don't let my situation hinder me from moving forward. And although it's something that I struggle with every day of my life, like I said, I'm a survivor. And you have to have a positive outlook. As a survivor, it's a blessing to live for today. Today may not be great, but I'm alive. I'm here, and I'm willing to share my story, and I'm willing to talk about my story. If this can help somebody else, that's all that matters to me. If I can prevent this from happening to somebody else, that's all that matters to me. And for those who have been through a situation like mine, don't be afraid to let it go. Don't don't live in fear, and don't live in regret. You can use your story to help other people. And like I always say, you're a survivor. You have people that love you. You have people that you impact, and you will never know. Don't let your situation break you. You're a survivor. You're strong, and you're powerful. Every day you tell yourself that, because every day I tell myself that. But that's my story, and I wanted to tell you. If you have any comments, leave them down below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next time.